Hello to the crochet lover, my name is Dasha and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to crochet this cute fluffy sweater. It's beginner friendly and will take you just a few days to make. And it also can be the warmest piece in your closet. You may also notice that I left the sides of the sweater open so I can add some bows, but it's up to you whether you would like to leave it like this or sew it together completely. And now let's talk about materials. I'm gonna use Drop Melody and Alize Season 3. I'm going to work using 2 threads in the same time to have my sweater even more fluffier and to work it really fast. So for that reason I'm also gonna use hook number 9. You also will need some stitch markers, measuring tape, and of course our scissors. Take your measuring tape and decide how long you want your sweater to be. I decided to make mine about 45 centimeters. Take your yarn on 1 thread or 2. You should make chain number according to your first measurement. I made 45 chains, which is quite enough for the measurement I made before. Now, when you're done with your chains, make chain 1, yarn over, and insert your hook into the second loop, right here. Pull through, and pull through again. This is called half double crochet, and we're gonna make half double crochet all across our chains. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, pull through and pull through again. Work half double crochet until the very last chain. When you reach the very last chain and make half double crochet in it, chain 1 and turn. This is where our first row. Look how the texture is fluffy already. For our second row, we are going to work into the back loop only. So if you're gonna watch on your chains above, you can easily see those V stitches. So this part of the V stitch is the front loop. And we are going to work into this back loop, which are not facing us. Yarn over and insert your hook into the back loop, right here. So I'm not inserting my hook like this under all the stitch, but just into this back loop. And work half double crochet. Let's try this again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, and half double crochet. I will make some stitches to show you how it will look like. Now you can see when we are holding our rows, you can already see this little braid which is shown because we are working into the back loops. Continue working half double crochet until the back loops only, and I'm gonna meet you by the end of a row. When you reach the last stitch, work into the back loop again. Chain 1 and turn. Now this is gonna be our front side of a sweater, and the part where you can see the braids is gonna be our face side of a sweater. We are going to crochet our sweater, so the braids are going to be on the right side of the sweater. Now we have to put this braid on the face side of a sweater. To do this, when you turn, you don't work into the back loops. Instead of that, you are going to work into the side loops. On this V sides, we were working into the back loops. And this time, instead of these loops, you are going to work into these side loops. It's a bit fluffy, so it's hard to see. You can see them right here. First stitches could be a bit complicated because it's really hard to find those loops at first. As soon as you're going to work your first stitch, you're gonna see all the rest of the loops until the end of the row. So insert a hook under this loop. Repeat, yarn over. Find the side loop, pull up a loop, and work half double crochet. I will make some stitches so you can see how the pattern is working on the right side. This is gonna be the wrong side again. And look, what do we have on our right side? 2 braids already shown. These braids with stitches that we left aside. Continue working into the side loops until the end of the row. And the last half double crochet into the side loop, chain 1 and turn. Now you can see the pattern of the braids on the right side of our sweater. For the next row, we are going to work into the back loops again. So turn, yarn over, and work into the back loops. When you are working with the sweater and the right side is facing you, like now, we are going to make half double crochet into the back loops only. But when the wrong side is facing you while crocheting, we have to work into the side loops. Continue making half double crochet rows into the back loops or side loops until you're ready to make decrease for your neckline. I'm gonna make 4 rows more before making a decrease. I have already made my 8 rows and now I'm ready to make a decrease for my neckline. In total I made around 50 centimeters, which is perfect for me before making the decrease for the neckline. I have already made my chain 1. We should make our first decrease when the wrong side is facing us. Yarn over, insert your hook into the side loop, pull up a loop, and now insert your hook into the next side loop and pull up a loop. So you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and work through all loops on your hook. This is how we made our first decrease. Now I highly recommend to put a stitch marker on your decreased stitch so you are not going to miss it later. And work half double crochet side stitch until the end of a row. I reached the bottom of a sweater and now I'm going to work half double crochet back loop only until I have 2 stitches left, including the marked one. I've reached my last 2 stitches including the marked one, and now we have to make another decrease. Remove a stitch marker, yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop, then insert your hook into the second loop and the last one, pull up a loop, 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4 loops. And this is our second decrease. Chain 1 and turn. Now we have to make 1 more decrease, the last one, to create a neckline. So yarn over, as the wrong side is facing you, we are going to work into the side loops again. So yarn over, insert your hook into the first side loop, then insert your hook into the next side loop, 4 loops on your hook, and pull through all 4 loops. And this is our last decrease. Put a stitch marker on it just in case so you're not gonna miss it. and work half double crochet side loop until the end of the row. Now continue making your rows without any decreases until you are satisfied with your neckline. I made 6 rows for my neckline without any decreases or increases. And when you're satisfied with the width of your neckline, let's move to our increases so we can get back to the same number of stitches we just had here. I have just finished my rows for the neckline. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, and in the next row I'm going to make our first increase. If the first decrease we were making with the wrong side facing us, the first increase we should make with the right side facing us. So in the very last stitch of the next row, in this one, I'm going to make 2 half double crochet in the back loop only. 1 and 2. This is how we made our first increase. Now turn and make 1 more increase in the very first stitch of the row, of the next row. This time we're going to work 2 half double crochet into the side loop. 1 and 2 in the very same loop. Now put a stitch marker in our first loop, in our first stitch from the increase, so we know where the first loop is, and continue making the row with stitches into the side loops only. Then turn and continue making half double crochet into the back loop until you reach the very last marked stitch. Now when you have reached the last marked stitch, remove the stitch marker and let's make our final and last increase. 1 half double crochet into the back loop, another half double crochet into the very same loop, just like this. Chain 1, and this is how we get back to the stitch numbers we just had before decreases. So I have made 45 stitches here, then I made 3 decreases, 4 rows without any decreases or increases, then 3 increases, and I got 45 stitches back. Now continue making the rows without increases or decreases until you reach the very same number of rows you made here before the first decrease. I've made 8 rows before my first decrease, which means I have to make 8 rows before cutting the yarn. Now I just finished my 8 rows after the increases, which is the equal number of rows I have here. That means I can finally cut the yarn and fasten up. And this is how your back panel looks like. Now you should repeat absolutely the same steps to have absolutely the same part of the sweater. For our front part, I already have mine. They are absolutely similar, with the absolutely similar neckline. And when you're done with your front and the back part of the sweater, we are going to proceed to our sleeves. Take your measuring tape and take a body part of the sweater and find the length of your sleeve you want to be. Keep in mind that we will also add some ribbon to the bottom part of the sleeve. Start making the chain number according to your sleeve measurement. I made 39 chains. Now chain 1 and start making half double crochet all across the chains until the end of the row. When you reach the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Continue alternating and repeating the rows using back loops and side loops until you reach the desired width of your sleeve. So basically you should make the same steps you did with the front and the back parts of the sweater. Just don't make any decreases or increases this time. Just repeat in the rows, one by one, until you're satisfied with the width of the sleeve. I just finished my first sleeve and it took me about 1 hour to make it, and now I have 18 rows. You should start making your sleeve on the half double crochet side loop only, which means that when you turn at the end of the making sleeve, the right side should facing you. Now turn the sleeve so the right sides are facing each other. You can change your hook to a smaller one for a better convenience, because now we are going to connect our sleeve with the slip stitches. Now insert your hook into the other side of your sleeve and pull through like this. Chain 1 to secure, and now connect, and now inserting your hook into each stitch, work through the back loop again while connecting, and work slip stitches across all the sweater until you reach the very top of your sleeve. Be careful with your tension, because we don't want your sleeve to be tightened too much. As you can see, while connecting the sleeve, I also switched from 3 threads just to 1 for the better convenience and a seamless connection. Now, when you have sewn your sleeve, don't cut the yarn. Instead of it, leave about 40 cm tail. Repeat all the sleeve steps for the second one. When your sleeves are ready, let's connect our front part. Take your back and front part and put it with the right sides facing each other. Take your stitch markers and let's connect the sweater into the same stitches of the same rows. Insert your hook chain 1 and start connecting your front and back parts using slip stitches. With puffy sweater, it is hard to determine where are the loops, so I'm just trying to skip the same space before making a new loop, so the connection will be seamlessly. But now when you're done connecting the front and the back panel of your sweater, take your sleeve with the same row to the bottom, and again using stitch markers, connect your sweater in the places where the front, back and the sleeve parts are going to meet. Now using slip stitches, you can continue connecting your sleeve and the body parts using slip stitches. For connecting the sleeve with the body part, I'm using side stitches on the body part. The tail of the yarn we left while sewing the sleeve, I left unworked and just put it aside. We will use it later. Now I'm gonna flip the sweater and continue connecting the sleeve to the body part. Now I have reached the top. I'm gonna count the yarn and hide the tail. Now take another stitch marker and determine where you want your opening of the sweater to be. I think I'm gonna leave this amount of stitches. Make sure you mark the equal number of stitches both on the front and the back parts. Now take your hook, insert into the underarm stitch, chain 1 to secure, and start connecting the rest of the stitches with a slip stitch. Remember not to tighten your slip stitches too much. Now you can remove the stitch marker and this is I leave unworked. Cut the yarn, fasten off and hide the tail. Repeat all the same steps with the other side of the sweater and the second sleeve. Since there is no difference between the front and the back side of our sweater, determine for yourself where gonna be the right side of your sweater. I will choose this side. So now we have to make a small ribbon for our neckline. To do this, I decided to choose another color in combination with my pink thread, so it will have such a milk pink shade. Take your thread and a smaller hook. It is the same hook I was using for connecting the panels, and insert it into the center of the back panel of your sweater with the right side facing you. Make a chain number of the desired length of your neck ribbon. I will make 5 chains. Now yarn over and insert your hook into the second loop from your hook and work half double crochet. Pretty much the same we made for our front and the back panels of the sweater. Continue until the end of the row. Now when you reach the back panel, work 2 slip stitches. 1 and 2. As you can see, I made 2 slip stitches to reach the second row of the back panel. Now turn, skip those 2 slip stitches, yarn over and work half double crochet back loop only until the end of the row. Chain 1 and turn. Repeat the same step. Yarn over, insert your hook into back loop, work half double crochet. Repeat until the end. Again, let's make 2 slip stitches into our back part, 1 and 2. Again, turn, skip those 2 slip stitches and work half double crochet back loop only until the end of the row. Repeat the steps until you reach the start of our ribbon, and then I will show you how to connect it. I have almost reached the start of our ribbon, so now I'm gonna make slip stitch 1, slip stitch 2 again. Turn the ribbon to the right side facing each other. And now I'm going to connect the ribbon with the slip stitches. And continue. And this is how we make our hole for head a bit smaller with the ribbon. It's still stretchy if you need it, but it looks much more neater. Now I'm going to repeat absolutely the same steps, but with our sleeves, inserting the hook where we just cut the yarn for our sleeve and working the sleeve ribbon just like this and connecting it in this point. Absolutely the same we made for the neckline. Repeat all the same steps with the other sleeve. Now let's create some decor for our sweater. Take about 1 meter of your thread and fold it together. The folded end attached to your open side of the sweater with the right side facing you. Take the folded yarn end and attach it to your open side of the sweater with the right side facing you. Put the yarn tail at the left side and the yarn from your skein on the top side. Now let's create the chain. Yarn over with the yarn tail like this and pull through with the working thread. Repeat. Make a chain. Yarn over. Make a chain. And continue making the chain until you reach the yarn end. When you reach the last chain, cut the yarn and fasten it. You can also make some knot to secure the yarn. Repeat the same step with the other side. Now let's close it with a small bow. And just like that, your pink fluffy sweater is done. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Mwah!